write the thesis statement, and then all of a sudden I don't keep faithful to the thesis statement that I already stated in the introduction. In the sense, in what you say, there is a percentage of correctness. But in order to avoid that bad practice, write the thesis statement, and then all of a sudden I don't keep faithful to the thesis statement that I already stated in the introduction. In the sense, you give me, or you give your reader, off-point ideas in the two-body paragraphs. Do you understand? Yani, for example, you want to fill in the space, so you fill in the space with off-point ideas. All right? An even major mistake other than this is you write the thesis statement that is totally off topic or off point. Yani, for example, the essay asks you to provide a study of the reasons, and then the thesis statement gives me a study of the effects, or the other way around. The essay asks you to provide a study or an analysis of the effects, and then all of a sudden the thesis statement comes as a study of the reasons, okay? This means that either you did not read the essay prompt carefully and analyzed it into components and requests. Any essay prompt should be analyzed into requests. What are the components of the requests? يعني what are the components of the requests? طالب مني واحد so and so, اثنين so and so, ثلاثة so and so. Do you understand? You deviate from the real core and essence of what is demanded or requested from you. This is at the content level. There are other levels بقى اللي هو structure and grammar or language mechanics. I will not focus on that today. Let me tell you about the structure of our class today. We will use the first hour explaining another type of the essays that we are studying together this semester, and the last hour we have exam. It's an in-class writing assignment, and I hope you're all ready for it. Are you? Are you? What are we supposed to be examined for? Hey. The first 3 units, including yani, what are your expectations كده? To write an essay? لا. Oh, but even worse. To edit an essay? لا. To write an outline? Yes. Come up with an outline, yes, and to provide missing parts of an essay. I don't want to give you a hard time during the first in-class writing assignment by requesting you to write a fully fledged essay or a full essay. I supplemented you with an essay that has gaps, and according to the meaning and the type of essay, you're supposed to be providing the missing parts in that essay, okay? Let's keep a focus on today's class. After all this bad news, let's keep a focus on today's class. I just need to be reminded, what are the types of essays that we studied together so far? What did we study together? Thank you, dear. What type of essays did we study together so far? Yes, yes, yes. I don't understand. Explain this to us.
Cause and effect essay gives you an effect and you explain its causes throughout the essay, or a cause and you explain the effects of it throughout the essay.
What statement of that essay look like?
It's either it states the cause or the effect basically.
It states the issue.
Yeah.
Right? It states the issue, and it makes it clear whether that issue has causes or
Effects.
effects, right? Like any book in any essay, it has to echo back. I should be able to hear again the most important keywords
The title.
in the title or in the essay prompt. صح? Okay, how about that thesis statement? What's so particular about the thesis statement and the cause and effect essay?
It links the cause and effect that are going to be discussed.
It should do what? In the thesis statement, yes, Karim. How how does the thesis statement look like in a cause and effect essay? Yes.
It shows the relations between the cause and the effect.
That's what
Yes.
Busha said. It should do what? Focus on what? It should tell the reader and guide him. Yes. Can you answer? Yes.
Include the important point. Include the important point. Yeah, 2 or 3 point important point. Right?
Thank you very much. Yes, Amira. Do you want to? Listen, I said that in a cause and effect essay, the essay prompt could be asking you to analyze deeply the reasons or the causes that led to the effects, or vice versa. It could ask you to discuss the effects resulting from the causes and the reasons. صح? So the thesis statement should state clearly what is your approach? What are you going to discuss and tell the reader about? Are you going to discuss the effects or the causes? So a typical thesis statement might sound like, this essay attempts to discuss or elaborate on the effects resulting from neglecting or writing a bad TMA. Right? Vice versa, or the opposite way around, this essay discusses the reasons that push or lead the student to write an improper TMA. Do you understand, guys? So up front, at the thesis statement level, your reader should be able to understand, is that essay discussing the effects or the causes? Do you understand, guys? Right. We took another type of essay. Yes? We took another type of essay back there in the past. اسمه ايه? Process analysis? What's the meaning of that? يعني ايه؟ يا جماعة عندكم امتحان النهاردة صدقوني.
A process analysis is an essay about a process analysis is an essay about how a typical or situation is going to be processed, about the steps and the stages.
A process.
Yeah.
A process, right?
Yeah, process.
Is being done or handled. If we are saying a process, we're talking about an operation. Either an operation or a process request specific ordered steps. Ordered steps. That's why we have the signposts, the transition words of firstly, secondly, next, after that, afterwards, and then finally. صح? Any process has a specific sequence to follow, right? Perfect. Today, I will not tell you about the type of essay that we are discussing. We will elicit from the model that we are using. We're used to that. We use a model every single class. صح? I am on page 93. Please split yourself in pairs. Work in pairs, guys, because two brains are better than one. This is on page 93 to 94. Please work in pairs. Yes. I want you to read the essay. Ipso fact. Read the essay. essay that you are reading, I'm sure that this will not be a solid, you will not form a solid idea about the type of essay unless you read the essay thoroughly, not only one paragraph or two. So you may be reaching or arriving to an answer for this question by the end of your analysis of the essay, okay? Now, chronologically, let's start with what does the hook statement tell the reader? What is it about, the hook statement? Where can we find the hook statement? The very first sentence of your introduction, the very first sentence of the essay itself. A sentence or a question, both could be, صح? Or a fact, or a quotation. Could be a quotation, right? Yes. What do the background sentences say? When I say the background sentences, I assume that you can judge. Where do the background sentences start and when do they end? To give a space for the thesis statement. Thank you very much. What are the ideas included in the thesis statement? When I'm talking about the ideas included in the thesis statement, I'm talking about what are the discussions to follow in the body paragraphs, exactly. How does each body paragraph start? I.e., I'm asking about the topic sentence, صح? And in your opinion, where do you reach out a conclusion about that question at the end? In your opinion, how is that essay different from the other two that we studied together? How different? Okay? What's the difference? Why can't I classify this essay as another model for process analysis? Why can't I classify this essay as another model for cause and effect? What is so different about it? Okay? How much time do you need? 10 to 15 minutes. Please work in pairs. Two brains are better than one. Work in pairs. What are we supposed to do now? What are we supposed to do now? We will read the model essay on page
93.
To do what with it? To
Answer
answer these questions. And actually, this is a new type of essay, and we're trying to elicit, to deduce, to understand, or to guess what type of essay is this through the analysis of the different components of the essay that we have learned together, okay? You have 10 minutes. I want you to work in pairs. Read the essay on page 93 to 94. Find answers to these questions. You will, while you're reading the essay, girls, while you're reading the essay, you will find your job easy by focusing on signposts. Signposts, يعني certain linking and conjunction, linking words and conjunctions. They really tell you what type of essay is that, okay? So pay attention to the linking words or the transitions or the conjunctions, and they will aid you into the type of essay. You have 10 minutes. I'm starting. Plagiarism? Yes?
Actually citing where you got it from.
Can you repeat again?
To copy someone's work without citing where you exactly took it from.
Exactly. You're copying an author's words or a writer's word or a scientist's words or statistics findings, يعني, a research work, and claiming them to be yours, included in your essay. That's what exactly happens in your TMAs, the ones that are supposed to be submitted on the LMS. You're taking exact words and parts from an article or an essay of a writer, a scientist, or an author, claiming them to be yours. How is that done? Because you're not using proper referencing, and you're not using quotations or paraphrasing or even referring to the author. فاللي بيحصل ايه؟ You want to enlarge your writing. You want to produce something, but actually you're not using your own words, you're using other people's words and works. That's plagiarism. And this is something that is against the policy, the academic policies in any university. All right? Good question. Thank you, Kareem. Go ahead. Care that each one of you has a complete answer to the list of questions put on the board. I would forgive if one or most of you got a correct answer for one or two or even one, because at the end of the day we're just guessing. Okay? Now I will facilitate this discussion, but I will not have a final say. You will take the lead. So who wants to volunteer? Let's answer the first question. Could you guess the type of essay? Huh? Yes? 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 Could you guess the type of essay? Kareem? Yes? Not really, huh? Minna? Say what you have in mind. Could you guess? Is it, another question. Is it a typical process analysis essay, another model? لا, we all disagree that it is another model for process analysis. جميل. Is it another model for a cause and effect essay? خالص. Collectively احنا مش متفقين, صح? So what type of essay is this? Argumentative. Argumentative. I don't understand the word argumentative. مش عارفاها دي. What do you think يا سارة? مش عارفة. What do you think?
It's about use the microphone. It's talking about قضية يعني قضية معينة.
An argumentative essay?
Yes.
Yes. An argumentative essay?
Because it's
يعني ايه argument?
talking about cases, one case about case.
A case. Okay. What's the case that he's talking about?
Student that easily take it easily.
Whether students should commit plagiarism or not, okay? Again, I'm still stuck. أنا مش فاهمة خالص. يعني إيه argumentative essay؟ يعني إيه argument؟ Mona, can you explain يعني إيه argument?
Here, an argumentative essay is an essay.
Yeah, an argument.
An argument is someone's point of view, and he's trying to
Against
persuade another person.
Another person's point of view.
Yeah.
So what are we? Are we battling?
Yeah, kind of with logical.
Kind of with logical persuasion.
Yeah.
What's the meaning of persuasion?
To convince someone.
I'm trying to persuade you. I'm trying to convince you with my point of view.
Yeah.
And in reverse, you're trying to do the same thing with me, right?
Yeah.
So in order to convince anybody on earth, you have to have a solid argument. يعني I have very solid, good reasons behind my argument in order to persuade you to not to adopt my argument, to take my side, صح? That's the basic meaning of an argument. An argument is a heated discussion between two camps, i.e. two people or two parties. It could be not only two people, two parties. Like the negotiations that we usually have, صح? So there are two parties. كل واحد, each one has his own persuasive reasons to persuade the other camp of adopting his point of view. صح? That's the basic meaning of an argument. صح? This takes us a step further. So what's the meaning of an argumentative essay, Mona?
An argumentative essay is an essay where the writer has a point of view, and he's trying to convince the readers with logical reasons and statistical data to back up his own opinions.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a step further to the argumentative essay. You said that a writer has his own reasons, and he's making crystal clear the pros and cons. What's the meaning of pros and cons? Give me another word for them. Pros, advantages. Cons, disadvantages. Okay? He's displaying logically. He is elaborating on the pros and cons of a specific argument. Not topic. Argument. Okay? And he is pushing all the logical reasons to the mind of the reader in order to adopt his argument. طيب. But in that case, will that be a pure argumentative essay or it took another turn? It took another turn. ايه الturn that it took it? It took another turn. He stated his own opinion. So it is an opinion essay. Do you understand? And as you could see, we're going to analyze all the parts of the essay, but I am very much interested to clarify this point in analyzing the thesis statement. Where does the thesis statement start here? Tell me. Where does it start? من أول فين? However, until? Yes. Do we all agree that this is the thesis statement? However, plagiarism. بصوا, he is stating up front his point of view. هو شايف how does he conceive of the act of plagiarism, which is taking somebody's words, a writer or an author or a scientist, claiming them to be yours by incorporating them or including them in your own article or essay or writing without using reference. يعني referencing يعني quotation marks or paraphrasing or summarizing. Agreed? Now he's saying, however, plagiarism is irresponsible from a social and academic standpoint. Does he state his opinion up front? Does he say that committing plagiarism is a good or a bad act? Now, what do we expect him to tell us about that thesis statement later on in the body paragraph? How would he elaborate on these ideas? What do you expect the two body paragraphs to look like? One paragraph will give us, the reasons. That's why you should have been very careful, because طب ما أنا ممكن أقول إن that essay is a type of a cause and effect essay, because actually the writer is stating the reasons. Why is he assuming? Why is he thinking that plagiarism is socially bad or unacceptable? The way he wrote it in the topic sentence. صح? I could really be misled into لا, but this could be a cause and effect essay because the guy or the writer says the reasons that back his point of view up اللي هو why is that a socially unacceptable act. And the second body paragraph is talking about what? Talking about what? What? That plagiarism is academically wrong. Look at the thesis statement again. However, plagiarism is irresponsible from a social and academic point of view. امال ايه الباراجراف الثالث الطويل ده؟ غريبة صح؟ Because we are used to the following. The thesis statement states up front in summary the three ideas that you are supposed to be reading about later on extensively and elaborately in the body paragraph. صح ولا مش صح؟ But he stated only two ideas, which is the fact that plagiarism is socially unacceptable. This is body paragraph 1. And the fact that it is academically unacceptable. This is body paragraph. But there is body paragraph 3 that was not signposted خالص in the إيه بقى body paragraph 3 ده? How do you think of it? It is true that many students at community have busy schedules and may have trouble completing their assignments. What is this? Some students argue that because of their situation, they sometimes have no choice but to buy essays from the internet. لا. What is he bringing to our ears? Thank you very much. The other camp's argument. ما أنا student. I can argue with you and say لا, it's easier for me and it saves time and effort to buy off. You know the meaning of buying off? To buy from the internet ready-made essays. So what is he doing in this paragraph is he is refuting. يعني إيه refutation? I'm interested in that word. يعني إيه refutation? What's the meaning of refutation? What's the meaning of this word? Transition. يعني إيه transition? That's transition. To agree. How did he start this paragraph? مش قال it's true. يعني as if he's putting himself in the shoes of the other camp. This time the other camp are the students who say لا, leave us to plagiarize بقى. It saves time and effort. صح? What's wrong with buying off articles from the internet? What's wrong with that? So he's saying that they are right. They have a shade of correctness, like saying, like telling me, I cannot. The exam is very difficult, and I was not prepared for it. That's your argument. I would start my argument with you, and I say, oh, you're right. The exam was really challenging, not difficult. I did not use your word. But بقول لك إيه؟ صحيح, you're right. It's true that the exam was challenging. That's showing concession. يعني I agree with all the constraints and challenges that you faced. وبعد كده expect from me, but the exam deadline or time was announced a long time to give you a chance to study well, but you did not. What am I doing? I am refuting. What's the meaning of refuting? Yes. لا. It's refuting means I am proving that what you're saying is not valid and wrong. صح? Let's apply that to the body paragraph number 2. Number 3, okay? بص هو قال إيه? It's true. he is appreciating. He's showing agreement and concession. He's putting himself in the shoes of the poor students who do not have time because they have busy schedules, and that's why they commit plagiarism. It's true that many students at community have busy schedules and may have trouble completing their assignment. ده صحيح, on time. Some students may argue that because of their situation, they sometimes have no choice but to buy essays of the internet. اللي جه بعدها a signpost. A signpost is however. اللي هي ايه? But. Okay? However, buying essays off the internet, he will say بقى what's wrong with that. يعني he will prove that their argument is incorrect. هما بيقولوا it saves time. He will prove that it is incorrect. Buying essays off the internet never is the solution. Is never the solution, okay? Instead, he's proposing to them an alternative. Instead, students may try to negotiate the deadline with the tutor or the instructor. Furthermore, he's giving you another alternative. هتعمل إيه? That's being persuasive. I'm not providing you with a clear-cut solution. لا. Many options to persuade you. If this does not suit you, take the other one. If this does not suit you, take the third one. Do you understand? That's being very persuasive. طيب, I negotiated the deadline with my tutor, but he did not agree. Furthermore, there is another solution. Furthermore, while writing may be a struggle for some students who feel that their writing is not good enough to receive an A, it is crucial that they try and attempt writing and write on their own. That's how they learn. And that could be obtained through enrolling in a writing center, okay? I mean, the course that we are having is like a writing clinic because we're trying ourselves and our skills. طيب, as a result بقى, شوفوا الpersuasion. شوفوا الpersuasion ازاي. أنا ما قلتلكش إن أنت 100% غلط. لا. not at all. I said that in what you say, there is a percentage of correctness. But in order to avoid that bad practice, you can do 1 أو 2. لما تعمل 1 أو 2, this will have a good impact on you. This will have a good effect on you, which is what? As a result, they may not be prepared to pass the final exams. In the end, plagiarism is harmful to students' academic success. Do you understand? He's telling you bottom line, if you do that, you will not polish your writing and you will be stuck all the time in all the academic years. So you better try yourself doing that yourself instead of copying other people's, because you will never learn in that way. Do you understand, guys? Type. Let's start by the analysis from the very beginning. What's the title? Does it tell you anything? خالص. Actually, when I read the title, I thought that the content of the essay is about what? Breaking the rules of? Or of the traffic, for example. I could be referring to the traffic rules and say breaking the rules. So the title does not tell me exactly about the content of the essay. صح؟ طب let's move on to the hook. Where does the hook start? Tell me. College, من أول college لغاية work easier. صح. How can you describe that hook? Good or bad or what? College and high school students often look for shortcuts to make their work easier. برضو, the word shortcuts is road related. صح? Road related. صح? As if he still is, you're still under the assumption that he's talking about traffic or something. But the traffic will not have high school students. صح? So apparently he's talking about something that has to do specifically to that group. To that group of school students, okay? I did not understand anything yet. Where do the background sentences start? To achieve a good grade, students are sometimes tempted to cheat. يعني إيه tempted? Attracted to cheat. Led into cheating. صح؟ أنا عايزة أجيب a good grade. Why not cheating? What's so harmful? Now, the topic is beginning to be clearer in my mind. صح? What is he giving me? It's a natural tendency and a natural design each student has that I want to achieve the highest grade. طبعا I want to be an A student. طب عشان أعمل كده, what should I do? I take a shortcut. إيه الشورتكت دي? Cheating. Thank you very much. So it is the first background sentence. صح? Do you agree with me that this is a background sentence? طب إيه دي? One of the most frequent ways of cheating is to buy essays on the internet. While I'm reading the 2 body paragraphs and the 3rd body paragraph, he talked extensively about buying off essays from the internet. صح؟ صح؟ طب how is the second? How is the, I want somebody to answer. How is the second? اللي هي the highlighted. Sorry. How is the second background sentence relate to the first background sentence? How are they related? Do they seem related? Yes or no? Yes? Can you tell us how are they related? Yes. Defend your point of view. How are they related? How is the sentence to achieve a good grade relates to sacrificing your right?
Different kind of cheating.
He's elaborating on the idea of cheating. Listen, thank you very much. He is giving us a main idea. صح اللي هو cheating, and then he's saying specifically one type of cheating is buying off essays on the internet, which is an idea that is tackled in the body paragraphs elaborately. صح؟ إيه sentence اللي هي this may result in a good grade? ايه السنتنس بتاع this may result in a good grade? Is it a thesis part of the thesis statement or a part of a background sentence? ليه بقى؟ And how does it sound here?
It explains the rest of it explains more about the idea.
لا هي بتعمل حاجة تانية ليها علاقة the third body paragraph. Look at it كده from the point of view of the students who take these shortcuts and these types of cheating methods. طبعا this can result in a good grade. It's showing what? Concession. It's showing concession. I did not label them. I did not give them bad names. But ما قلتش bloody cheaters. They fool the tutor and they fool the students and so on. لا. This does not lead me to persuasion. مش أنا I want to persuade you. This does not. When you label people, i.e. you label their arguments, you don't reach persuasion. صح? It's from their point of view, يا عيني, this may lead to a high grade. However, signposts, كل الاسي مليان signposts ليها علاقة بالإيه؟ بالargument, بالcontradction, صح? And we had so many however in the essay, and we had however to start our thesis statement, right? So it's clear that this essay is not cause and effect, and it's not a process analysis, and it sounds like an argumentative and an opinion essay specifically. We will have a second turn discussing this model, okay? But now we'll have 10 minutes break before what? The exam, the real exam. Thank you. We'll have 10 minutes break before the exam. Actually 9. يا جماعة الامتحان طويل. Guys. Shh. لا خليكوا في الكلاس. Let's stretch our legs in class.